Oh, what's going on, guys? HK Titan here with another Bloons video. And first things first, as always, I hope you guys are having an amazing day. So today's video, we're going to be jumping back into our Bloons TD6 walkthrough slash playthrough slash guide, whatever you guys want to call it. And for today's video, we're going to be jumping back into Candy Falls, and we're going to be jumping onto half cash mode this time. So, of course, for this guide, we will have our monkey knowledge turned off, and we will be using Obyn as our hero, because I've been a massive fan of using Obyn for half cash ever since a couple of guides ago when I first found out that it worked out extremely well. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So, for this strategy, we are going to lose quite a few lives, because of course we can just start with one single dart monkey, and that's it. So, when you're placing down your first dart monkey, you want to place him down right here, just to the right of the blue lollipop. Alright, perfect. So, let's go ahead and speed through it here for just a second. And remember, like I was saying, you are going to lose a few lives, so don't be astonished if you guys do lose quite a few lives here off the bat. So, I think round 4 is the round that we're going to lose quite a few lives, and it's just because we aren't quite able to afford our dart monkey, and of course this rush of blue balloons is just a little bit too much for our dart monkey to handle. And if you guys are curious at why I position the dart monkey right here, it's because when the balloons are circling around, our dart monkey actually is able to pop multiple balloons at the same time, which is precisely why I went ahead and chose this exact position for our dart monkey. Alright, so let's go ahead and position our second dart monkey now. We'll place him right there. Now that we have two dart monkeys, of course, we still don't have a lot of popping power, so expect that we may lose one or two more lives just because of our lack of popping power. But our next thing that we're going to be going for is we're going to be going for a third dart monkey. And then once we get the third dart monkey, then we'll still go ahead and start saving up for our Obyn. That way we can get our Obyn on the field and we can start doing a little bit more damage. Plus, having Obyn is kind of a good thing because we are able to use his ability. And I know I usually don't like using Obyn's abilities too much, but where we have Obyn positioned, it really doesn't matter too much because his ability is going to be placed somewhere in this little circle ring, if not way up here or back here. So you're pretty much going to be getting the same exact results no matter where his brimble patches are being placed. We're not going to use this tree, we're just going to be using his brimble patch, and that's it. Alright, so perfect. We are sitting at $277. What we're saving up for is we're saving up for $550. As soon as we do that, we're going to sell this dart monkey right here and then buy our Obyn. Following that, of course, we're going to go for the ninja as well, and it's going to be very important you get the exact positioning right on your ninja as well, simply because if you do not, then you're gonna end up possibly not being able to beat the challenge because we need our ninja to see all three lanes, and there's only one spot that I found where he can actually do so. Alright, so let's go ahead and continue along here. Again, we're saving up for $550, so we're gonna get that mid-round here. So it's going to be a little bit risky, and you're going to want to play it a little bit slow here, but we are going to be able to afford the Obyn here in just 1 second. So here we go, sell and then buy our Obyn if I can get the position right. Alright, so I didn't quite get it exactly right, so we are going to lose two lives here, but again, it's just about setting up that initial strategy. As soon as we do that, then we'll be good to go. Alright, perfect. Now that we have that, we see that the ninja is going to cost us $540. So what that means is that we need to get $300. Then we can go ahead and sell. No, we need $400, and then we sell the dart monkey, and then we're going to be able to afford our ninja next. Alright, so this is what I was talking about, like using the bramble patches and stuff like that. Our Obyn is now high enough level to go ahead and use them, so feel free to use them as often as you want, especially on these next few rounds, because of course it's going to be kind of beefier rounds that are going to be a little bit more difficult for our towers to pop. So now that we have this, let's go ahead and sell our one dart monkey, and we're going to go ahead and place our ninja right here. So if you guys are curious about where you want to place him, or you guys need more time, just take off the auto start option and then make sure that you get the exact positioning that I have for the ninja in order to get the most popping potential from your tower right here. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and upgrade to Ninja Discipline, and as you guys can see, this is exactly why I wanted to position our Ninja Monkey right here. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to be going for the Seeking Shurikens next, because of course we want to make sure that our Ninja is popping as many balloons as he possibly can. That's actually the ideal positioning for our Brimble patches, but of course they don't last for too long. Alright, so we're going to be upgrading to Sharp Shurikens next. We don't need to worry about the lead balloons because we did choose Obyn as our hero. So of course, these few rounds are going to be kind of bit sketchy, of course, because it is round 23 and we only have a tier 2 ninja. And well, when it was sketchy is when we only had the 101 ninja and of course our Obyn paired with it. Which is why, if you guys feel like you need to use Obyn's Brimble patches, just make sure you pop them whenever you feel a little bit like the balloons are going to make it too far. Alright, so perfect. Next thing, like I was saying, we're going to be saving up for the double shot now, because of course we want to add that little bit of extra popping power to our popping power potential. Alright, and that's a lot of P's there. Alright, so we should be able to afford our double shot here in just 1 second. On this round, you definitely just want to place down your brambles because this is going to be a little bit too much for our towers to handle. Of course, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted to happen. Here is our double shot now. Perfect. So remember, round 27, make sure you guys place down the brambles. Now that our ninja is upgraded to a tier 3, of course, we're not going to struggle one bit with popping any of the balloons. Of course, it's mainly because we have Obyn as our primary support. That's the main reason why we are not going to struggle. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to be saving up for that Alchemist now. And opposed to placing our Alchemist up top, we're actually going to be placing our Alchemist right here. And there's a reason why we want to place our Alchemist next to the river. Of course, we're going to be going for a monkey sub. And we're also going to be going for a couple of magic monkeys within this radius right here, including a recursive cluster. And it's pretty much non-stop action for the entire thing. We are going to upgrade our Alchemist up to acidic mixture dip. That way we don't struggle with the lead balloons. And that's going to be it for this side right here. Now we need to grab ourselves a monkey ace, of course, for round 40. Because the monkey ace does massive amounts of damage to the Moab balloon, hence why I've chosen to use the monkey ace for this strategy. Alright, perfect. Now we should be able to afford our monkey ace here in just 1 second. Alright, so with the positioning of the monkey ace, it isn't really too imperative that you get the prime positioning. He's again here just to pop the Moab balloon. Of course, he is going to do damage to the normal balloons as well. But again, his primary objective is just to pop the Moab balloon. Because of course we can't block by Balloon Jitsu, we can't get our Alchemist upgraded to a Berserker Brew with stronger stimulant. So our next best option is to go ahead and go with a tier 3 monkey ace. Alright, perfect. There's our last more darts. And now next thing that we're going to be going for is we're going to be going for the fighter plane. As soon as we should be able to afford our fighter plane towards the end of this round. So we're going to be taking it kind of slow here. Let's wait until we have almost enough to afford the fighter plane. Then we'll go ahead and sell this dart monkey right here. So should be able to afford him here in just 1 second. As soon as we hit 850, we'll sell this dart and then we'll upgrade to fighter plane. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and upgrade to the fighter plane now. I kind of forgot how much the fighter plane cost. It cost 1,080. So just keep that in mind. Just sell it just a fraction of a second later than I sold my dart monkey. Alright, perfect. Now we'll go ahead and drop down Obyn's Bramble patches just to add a little bit of damage to the Moab balloon and the balloons that come out of the Moab balloon as well. We should be able to finish off all of these balloons with no issues. And perfect. Alright, so now the next thing that we're going to be doing is we're going to be saving up enough money to go ahead and buy ourselves the Balloon Jitsu. So we can sell our Monkey Ace for 2,342. So add that with what we currently have, and we have enough. Let's go ahead and sell our fighter plane, buy Balloon Jitsu, and now we should be cruising along for the next few rounds. Now we're going to be upgrading to Berserker Brew and then Stronger Stimulant as well, because of course we need that added popping power. Alright, and like I was saying, we should be able to afford the Berserker Brew here in just 1 second. And another reason why I choose to go with Obyn is because we are going to be using the ninja for quite a few rounds, and Obyn does give a buff to all magic tower, and hence, since our ninja is a magic tower, he's going to get a little bit of a buff, and we are going to be using quite a few magic towers alongside of our Obyn as well. We're going to be using a center tier wizard, and we're also going to be grabbing ourselves, or actually we're just going to be going with the center tier wizard alongside of our ninja, and those are going to be our only two magic towers that we're actually going to be using. If we have the extra money, we can go ahead and grab ourselves another fire wizard, but for the most part it's just going to be the fire wizard with the alchemist and the balloon jitsu. Alright, so now let's go ahead and grab ourselves our fire whiz. Alright, perfect. There's our fireball. We're going to upgrade it all the way to a tier 3 first, and then we'll go ahead and upgrade to intense magic next. Now we are going to be going with a plutonium reactor at some point as well, but we need to upgrade this wizard up to a 032 before we start going for the plutonium reactor. Alright, here's our wall of fire. Now we'll go ahead and upgrade to the dragon's breath next. Our ninja is going to have more than enough popping potential to go ahead and deal with all of the camo balloons. We don't need to worry about buying the enhanced eyesight just yet, but we will be getting it here relatively soon. Alright, and perfect. We should be able to afford our dragon's breath here in just 1 second, and then shortly after that we'll be able to afford the intense magic with the enhanced eyesight as well. Alright, there's our dragon's breath, so we no longer need to worry. Oh, it's monkey sense, not enhanced eyesight. My bad, you guys are probably gonna flame me a little bit, but it's monkey sense, not enhanced eyesight. My apologies. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves this plutonium reactor. And you guys may be wondering why I'm going for the plutonium reactor opposed to going for a different monkey sub or going for the bottom tier monkey sub. And that's because the plutonium reactor actually does an amazing job in dealing with a couple of the higher rounds where it's the majority of the solo balloon. It also makes sure that it removes all of the purple off of the purple balloons as well, so our wizard isn't going to struggle with that. So the plutonium reactor is extremely cheap, and it works extremely well in conjunction with the rest of our towers here. Plus the biggest bonus is it is an extremely cheap tower to go ahead and buy, which is why I've chosen to use it. Alright, we should be able to afford the plutonium reactor probably here in just a second. Alright, perfect. And there's our plutonium reactor, and you're going to see that it starts stripping the ceramic off of the balloons almost immediately. Alright, now the next thing that we're going to be going for is, of course, we're going to go for the monkey sub. Now we don't want to place our this monkey sub within the radius of our alchemist, and the reason is because we have one more tower that we're going to place within the radius of our alchemist. And as I've told you guys in the past, the alchemist with the bottom tier buff, it can only buff 3 towers at once. So we want to make sure that we put a limit to the amount of towers that our alchemist is actually going to have to buff at one given point in time, or at any given point in time. Alright, and of course our balloon jitsu and our wizard are going to do massive amounts of damage to all of these separate balloons. We're going to go ahead and upgrade to triple guns, and then we're going to go ahead and upgrade our alchemist next, because we are starting to get to those higher rounds where we need to make sure that our balloon jitsu and ninja is constantly staying buffed. Alright, so we should be able to afford the acid pool here in just 1 second. And this is going to be another one of those rounds where you can go ahead and place down Obyn's brimble patches just to add a little bit of extra damage. Alright, perfect. Again, it doesn't do a lot, but it does enough. Alright, so there's our acid pool. We should be able to afford our faster throwing as well. So now our balloon jitsu and our monkey sub are both going to be buffed by our alchemist. And we're also going to go ahead and grab ourselves our caltrops as well, because the caltrop does come in handy just in popping a couple of the loose balloons, as well as it's a cheap upgrade to get for a tower that we already have. Alright, now we're saving up to buy ourselves the armor piercing darts. Of course, we can't go for a bottom tiered monkey sub without grabbing those armor piercing darts, because it does do massive amounts of damage to Moab class balloons. hence why I've chosen to use it. Alright, and this is exactly why I've chosen to go with the plutonium reactor. It's stripping the lead off of these balloons and also doing a massive amount of damage. It's already at 14,000 pop. I know it's nowhere near our ninja or this fire, or actually the fire whiz is doing just as much damage as our plutonium reactor. I was kind of a little bit shocked there. I thought our fire whiz would do a little bit more damage than that, but it's neither here nor there. They're both really good towers to use. Alright, so let's go ahead and upgrade to our armor piercing darts now. And again, we should be able to afford that here in just 1 second. And now that we have all of this, the next tower that we're going to be going for is we're going to be going for a bomb shooter. And for this bomb shooter, we're going to upgrade it to recursive cluster, because recursive cluster is going to massively help us out against rounds 78 and 79. Hence why I've chosen to use it, and I left one slot open within the radius of our alchemist to go ahead and place down the bomb shooter. One thing that we are going to do before we do that is we are going to place a dart monkey over here at the start of the map. Of course, because we are working with the bottom tier monkey sub, it's just smart just to make sure that he gets the most amount of time to pop these balloons as we can possibly give him. Alright, so here's our extra range. We're going to go ahead and upgrade him all the way to recursive cluster before we start upgrading to the bigger bombs and then heavy bombs. Of course, if you are going to go with the bomb shooter, the recursive cluster is an excellent choice to go ahead and go for. Now, my original strategy had us using 2 balloon jitsus, and unfortunately when it came to round 78, it just was not enough popping power to deal with the massive amounts of balloons that come on that round. And then what I found is that the recursive cluster is actually the perfect tower to go ahead and help us out with those rounds. Alright, perfect. We're going to be able to do massive amounts of damage here. We are going to be saving up for the recursive cluster, which is going to help us out massively. Alright. And we should be able to afford that. Here we go. I'm going to make my guesstimate. I'm going to say we're going to be able to afford the recursive cluster at 73. I'm probably 112% wrong here, but let's see when we can afford him. Alright, of course we're not going to have to worry about the Moab balloons just yet, because we do have quite a bit of popping power here. The fire whiz and the plutonium reactor are doing an amazing job. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be able to afford it towards the end of round 73, which is a little bit off from what I said, or the end of round 72. I thought it was going to be 73, but no worries, just as long as we can afford it. Alright, so here is our recursive cluster. Now we'll go ahead and upgrade to bigger bombs than heavy bombs. And we're not going to have to worry about like round 78 or 79, because of course the recursive cluster is an excellent tower to use with it. Alright, and we should be able to afford our heavy bombs here in just 1 second. As you can see, the recursive cluster just ripped through those bushels of balloons there. Alright, and here is our heavy bombs next. Perfect, perfect. Now, this is going to be our primary focus for the entire strategy here. We have our 2 monkey subs. We have the recursive cluster, we have balloon jitsu, and of course we have the fire whiz as well. Now what we're going to be going for is we're going to go ahead and grab ourselves another monkey sub, because why not? The monkey subs are actually going to help each other out, because now this monkey sub can hit in the radius of this monkey sub here, and then of course we're going to upgrade it to the bottom path as well. So then we're going to be able to do more damage to the Moab balloons, which is going to allow our recursive cluster and our wizard monkey to go ahead and finish off the solo balloons that come out of the Moab balloons. Alright, so there's our twin guns. Let's go ahead and upgrade to airburst darts next. Alright, so this is 76. Without the recursive cluster, that's actually kind of a scary round to face up against, because the balloons would actually make it through our plutonium reactor, and then our balloon jitsu ninja would finish them off as they circled around here towards the end of the path. So there's our airburst darts. Let's go ahead and upgrade to twin guns next. Alright, perfect, perfect, perfect. Everything is going exactly according to plan. So once we get to round 80, we are going to go ahead and use both of Obyn's abilities, just because it's the last round and it's just one oh my god that we're dealing with, so it's not really going to matter too much with the placement. Of course, you can get a little bit better placement than like you can get his tree placed right here, which of course would be the ideal placement, but again, it's not going to be that big a deal if you do get a little bit off there, because our towers are going to be able to handle no matter what comes our way. And right there, guys, that is exactly why the recursive cluster is a worthy investment for this half cache mode. Alright, now we should be able to afford another armor-piercing darts, so we shouldn't need to worry too much about the balloons. We'll go ahead and switch this back one over to targeting only strong. That way we can start doing damage to these BFBs, and we don't need to worry too much about the BFBs approaching our cluster of towers here with too much health left over. Alright, so now that we have this, let's go ahead. We're going to place down one more tower here, and we will place it within the radius of our alchemist, and this is just going to be a top tier wizard. We don't need to worry about upgrading it to arcane spike, because of course we're not going to be able to afford it, but it is an excellent investment to go ahead and go for. Now here I went ahead and used both of Obyn's abilities, and that's just simply to make sure that if any balloons do get a little bit too far, Obyn's abilities should be able to handle them. Alright guys, that is officially how you beat half cache mode on Candy Falls using no monkey knowledge. I hope you guys really enjoyed. If you did, please feel free to hit that like button, and of course if you haven't subscribed, please feel free to subscribe as well. I do upload it daily. And of course guys, one last announcement. Tomorrow, matter of fact, in 8 hours, we are going to be live streaming over on my Twitch channel for 24 hours straight. Of course, it's going to be a little bit of a challenge, so I do invite each and every single one of you to go check out my channel on Twitch and join in on the fun. Of course, please feel free to leave comments on this video right here of games that you would like to see me play. We will be doing a lot of Bloons Tower Defense 6. We may jump into BTD battles. We are going to jump into some modded Minecraft as well. We'll see how that goes. If it lags the stream too much, then we aren't going to be playing Minecraft too much. But again, we'll see how everything goes. It is going to be my first 24-hour live stream. But anyways, guys, you already know what time it is. I hope you guys have the most amazing day of your lives, and I'll see you guys in the next one.